And to complement the hopeful news on the vaccine front, our next guest says that changing the way we talk about COVID-19 may lead to less political division. Joining us right now is Pollster and political strategist Frank Luntz. What do you mean by that, Frank?
Well, there are certain words to use that will connect and encourage people to actually behave the way that they're supposed to. We did a study last week with the de Beaumont Foundation. And what we found that there are certain words, certain phrases that get people to act. And I'll give you a couple examples of them. If you talk about the pandemic, then listeners and viewers take it seriously. If you just call it the coronavirus, it's something that doesn't impact them. If you talk about eliminating or eradicating the virus, you're actually doing what the public wants you to do. This insistence on using warlike language really turns some voters off and gets them to ignore what's being said, and it's being done by the president and by some governors. Another example is that the emphasis on the speed of the vaccine development is a mistake. Yes, you get political credit for it, but what the public really wants is something to be safe and effective. And so the fact that they've used warp speed to get to it actually undermines people willing to take the vaccine. And one more example. When you emphasize government health agencies, you're emphasizing what the public doesn't want about health, which is bureaucrats and paperwork and a slow bureaucracy that doesn't solve the problem. Public health agencies communicates that it's about them, about their needs, and frankly, about their safety. So there are examples that are just like this. And I would urge governments and business people to use the right language.
Frank, given how politicized masks have been, do you see a distinction between those you've polled who think about the context of putting on a mask and taking a vaccine?
Yes, and this is a tragedy, and it makes no sense to me that if you're wearing a mask, people assume that you're a Biden supporter. If you're not wearing a mask, they assume you're a Trump supporter. This is insane. This is the most ridiculous behavior that I've probably seen in politics in more than a decade. You wear a mask if you're out in public. You wear a mask if you're within too close to other individuals. And it should not have anything to do with politics. And frankly, Andrew, it's annoying, but it's actually unsafe for people that they've now so politicized it that your behavior is determined more by your politics than by your own commitment to personal safety.
But Frank, as we move forward with hopefully a vaccine, what I'm asking is from those that you've polled, those that are refusing to wear a mask, would they also refuse to take the vaccine, or is it considered differently?
Well, here's the amazing thing, that Republicans love the speed of the development of the vaccine, but they're less likely to take it. Democrats are more hostile, more nervous about the vaccine, but they're more likely to take it. Our language, what the de Beaumont Foundation found, is that the way you communicate this, even something like a lockdown, Andrew, a lockdown will be hated by Republicans, but a stay-at-home protocol will be supported. Simply changing the words actually changes the compliance and changes our commitment to personal and public safety.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.